No, 2 red folders.
Usually when you have a previous 4-hour candle from London can give you two options, heavy rejections as well heavy and easy moves the other direction. Like for example, leaving this previous rejection from the 4-hour candle from London, you know, can give you plenty of options to the upside. At least retesting this area, retest this area is a must. Now, leaving that area gives you plenty of options, and you'll be surprised how at that point that daily candle will be looking bullish about this area with enough liquidity to continue up.
Let's go, baby.
I entered some quick buys when price dropped down there and retested that 1896 level earlier. I mean, I've closed them already just because I mean, it hit the top wicks.
Yeah,
I don't like the way this market looks right now. I'll be honest. It's too up and down for me. But and plus with the news, I mean, I don't know.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous because it's inside the range. I know it's dangerous, but you have to trust the liquidity from that 4-hour candle.
Yeah,
it is a massive liquidity. Hourly candles as well.
Oh, that's the last minute. It's gonna happen in the last minute.
Worst thing that can happen here is that 50-minute candle closing with no top weight right there. But other than that, that candle can pay. That 15-minute candle. Let's see if that 5-minute candle, not top wick.
No topic. That's
not top wick.
Let's go top.
Pretty fishy. 26. Let me grab this line right here toward this area right here, max. But if the move is correct, you know, you will have enough move in no time. Yeah, that candle not top wick, man, is tough. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I think it's coming. It's just
something like this. Something like this. The 50-minute candles.
Kerwin,
this is strong enough. Yeah.
Would you not wait for 1905 key level to close above there?
Yeah, I can wait. But in total honesty, I wanna give a little bit of risk on this trade. Because I am considering to have a better entry when the moment comes that price may trade above the 1905. Like I said,
I only looking at 1905 because what I see there, we got Asian high at 1907. Once we close above 1905, it's gonna bust through 1907 to have liquidity.
Yeah, and this is a lot of rejections areas. All these areas right here as well. These areas, the 1905, there's plenty of rejections. But price action is, you know, it's one thing, and all I see is bullish candles in here. So I know that's the move that I want, and that's pretty much it. See how easy it is to take that position. You don't need to be scared at all. Using this specific setup, using this specific position, now you can easily secure some, you know, bring your stop loss or break even here and let it run. It's a lot of fun, right? But you know that the bigger picture at this point, look at the daily now. See how the daily is doing what I told you that it will do? Now price is going to that key level right there. The 50-minute candle already give you the move that you wanted in no time. This is the kind of setup. Secure some. Let the rest run and have fun. That's pretty much it.
I just secured some. I appreciate that, Kerwin.
Yeah, man. No problem.
Hey, Kerwin, that was on point. Thank you very much.
No problem. It's a pleasure, boys.
Man, Kerwin, good that you recorded that because I think you were the only one who saw that move, man.
No, maybe there's more people that already know what will happen, but they're a little bit shy to share their ideas.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
The thing is, I mean, it can happen, but I didn't take it, bro, because the risk reward for me was not there, you know.
Yeah, and that's
because now I'm trying to look for the big picture. I want to today, for example, I wanted to leave even more runners, you know. But here in this case, it won't work, you know, like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Now, what do you need above the 1905? For example, Eugene, what do you need from the 1905 or anybody that can help me on this? What do you guys need for that continuation?
Pullback.
Close above 1906.
Need to close above.
The body of the candle closing above the 1905, and later on having a break above the 10 pips above the key level, which is roughly there. What do you have from the left-hand side in this area right here? You have a structure in this area right here, but at that point, you need to trust the 4-hour candle. What is the 4-hour candle saying here? Is the mother of all. This candle right here is the mother of all. The liquidity is valid, no bottom wick at the opening of the 4-hour, the hourly candle, no bottom wick as well. And this candle is trying to engulf all these 3 candles in one single shot and one single candle right here. And the only way to engulf those 3 candles will be if the 5-minute candle body close above that key level right there and giving you that continuation. At that point, if the continuation is valid, remember that 5-minute candle body closing above that area, maximum pullback. Let's say this candle doesn't drive price more than that. Maximum pullback will be this area right here. See, it's roughly, I will say even the 10 pips below that key level right there, but you need the body of the candle closing above that area right there. And you don't need to be scared at all. You know, your position, you already secure your position. There you go, baby girl. Keep pushing, baby girl. I know you can do it. Don't be shy. Give me some more. I know you can.
Oh, baby, take my Asian high with me.
Yeah, keep doing. Keep going, baby girl. So now the thing is becoming a little bit harder than before because this candle has way too much volume. Now the risk for whoever wants to enter every time that price is moving higher and higher and higher, or if somebody's selling as a retail trader selling because they think, oh, but you know, this is a strong area, whatever, they're selling, they're just trying to run their stop losses a little bit higher. Now, this candle, look at the size of this candle right here. If the continuation is valid, you have one information which is really important here. The candle close above the key level. Maximum pullback at that point will be the key level, and you don't want to see that price breaking that key level because the key level, this area right here, is the 50% of the candle right there. If the candle is breaking that key level right there, feel free to secure most of your position because at that point, the candle won't give you the easy continuation. It can end as a fake out there. Let me close another 50 just in case that candle. Yeah, I am closing another 50. This area right here, deepest pullback is 10 pips below the key level, and the trade is still valid. It doesn't mean that the trade won't pay out later on. Just mean that needs a little bit more liquidity. So going to 10 pips below the key level here is a good way to grab liquidity. And in the last 2 minutes before that candle, the 30-minute candle, 5 minutes before the 30-minute candle close, giving you some sort of a bullish candle somewhere here as a support, and a new 30-minute candle going again for another rally. But you know, it's really hard when you when you hesitate too much in taking a certain position. Let's say when the price action is giving you the information, is giving you the clues, and you take a position at the higher area, man, can be dangerous. And you know, it doesn't mean, like I said, it doesn't mean may not be the best way to enter. Sometimes if you're not experienced, you know, I don't want you to be trying something like this. But this area right here is the worst area to enter. This move right here is the move that I wanted. From that area right there, at least to the 10 pips above the key level was enough information for me to consider that trade. This area right here, let's pay attention what may happen on these 10 pips, the $10, $1 below the key level right here, 1904. Yeah. Let's pay attention here because it's going to retest the very low of that candle right there. There's 3 more minutes. You want to see in the next, let's say from now on, a close above these 10 pips right here. Even though the candle already broke the low, but this is a deep retest to make, you know, retail trader cry at that point. Hopefully that candle respect the low of the breakout candle right here. This is one of the most dangerous pullbacks that I've ever seen. And at any given point, that candle can easily break this low. But that's why we need to secure profits every time the price is giving you the ideas. Secure profits. Don't be greedy or don't try to buy when price is already too high. This is the move that I wanted. Is the move that I got. I secure most of my position. And at this point, I don't care what price will do. You know, it is what it is.
So is it ever a good idea to enter on the pullback for a second position?
Yes and no. If you're experienced, yes. because you need to pay attention, and you need to be really picky and clever. What is the thing that you need to see in that specific pullback? For example, that 1 minute candle. If I wanted to enter now, for example, if I wanted to enter now, I'll be entering now using the previous 1 minute low. Like for example, entering in this area right here and using this low as my stop loss. It may be nothing, like whatever, 5 pips, 10 pips, whatever. But if the price breaks this low right here and doesn't respect that 1 minute low, I don't have any business holding that position. I still believe that the price will go up, but what if that candle didn't give you that close? Now price, it's okay to pull back to this area right here, but respect that area, because if it's breaking that 5 minute, that 1 minute low, man, can be a dangerous move. But from now on, this may be the perfect pullback to add another position and let it run with less risk, because at that point you're looking for something from here, and your stop loss can be considering this area right here. That can be another one. It's pretty small stop loss, but you need to trust the higher time frame. This may be just plain and simple pullback before the continuation. If it's a plain and simple pullback, you will see that the lower time frames right here will respect these lows right here. This 1 minute has enough information for me to believe that the continuation is there. The price needs to respect this low. There you go. Another pips in no time. 1 second here. Let me close some. It's only 4 pips, nothing crazy. Yeah. And at this point, I will let that trade do whatever it wants. Look at the 5 minute, the way that 5 minute candle close. Heavy 5 minute candle, but you don't want to see any of a 5 minute candle breaking this low, because if it's breaking that low, it's a perfect fake out, and we're not gonna see price going up again. Right there, the pullback can be up to that area right there on the 1 minute. This one right here. Yeah, but it was a good move, considering there was early in the session, it was a good move. Price will, hang around a little bit more, maybe later on. We will see, more rallies on gold. Maybe NYSE can be the next one. For example, if the 30-minute candle managed to give you a substantial close, a body closing above this area in the next 4 minutes, can be a good idea to trade NYSE, because at that point, later on, all these area for NYSE will be a heavy area of contention to give you that continuation right there. But that move was easy.
Hey, Kerwin.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm thinking it looks like a fake out on 4-hour high.
Fake out on 4-hour high.
London 4-hour high.
London 4 hour.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't like to consider this fake out. Remember, for a fake out to be valid, you need to close below the previous structure coming from pre-New York session, and that structure right there. Let me delete all these things right here. Let's start from fresh. This area right here.
Like one more retest 1905. Then some messy range maybe.
Yes, for example, something like this. That candle closing below this area right here, then yeah, but at least it will give you the idea that we'll try to retest this 4-hour again, that 4-hour high. And if it doesn't give you a breather outside this area, then yeah, the fake out is valid. But for that price to close below this area when there's a new 30-minute candle, with the 30-minute candle is closing in 3 minutes, can be fishy, can be risky, but it may happen. But remember, for a fake out, needs a close below, go retest this area, and then come back and then start leaving rejections from that area. Something like this. Until then, it's not a fake out. Until then, it's just plain and simple pullback to retest the previous resistance area. The problem here will be how big, how deep is going to be that pullback, that retest right there. Yeah.
Just now how you drew the picture, I think same thing gonna happen on NYSE.
Let's see. Second, this one right here. this one right here. And then you have the key level here. Price leaving that key level, and then the bottom of these areas, basically all these areas right here. A little bit lower, but that's okay. We can consider that area. But in total honesty, I don't want to consider sales on gold, especially after what happened here.
I'm gone, guys. That was my move for the day. I'm done.
You're done, so my brother. That's good, man.
Take care. Take care. That was a good trade, Dennis.
Take care, Dennis. Nice one.
You streaming, Dennis? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the group.
All right.
All right. Take care, guys.
Take care, Dennis.
Take care. Take care.
Take care, bro.
You got news in a minute, so we gotta be careful here.
When daily candle breaks its horn low or high. So, and also when weekly candle breaks its low, like previous weekly low or previous weekly structure, do you still consider buy until a hourly or 30-minute candle close above 1905?
Depending, it will depend a lot. There's a lot of confidence that I will need at that point.
In this case, it exactly respected its own high, right? Like,
yeah.
If this 4-hour closes above 1905, then it's cake for today.
It is cake, yes. Which I think it will.
Yeah.
Which I think it will.
But to be honest, I still don't trust the buys.
But buys are easy. Buys are easy than sells today. If you look
I'm gonna wait for NYC.
The buys will be invalid at this point if this candle break this candle, because this is your resistance. This is the confirmation. Now the candle who's gonna decide if it's going downtown is this candle right here. So what happened if this candle give a retest to this candle and break this low? Is going in no time to the 1900s. Now you wanna risk it going to the 1900s, really quick and closing your position ASAP, because at any given point you may get rejection from there. Or maybe happen that can give you a heavy drop. You never know. But only breaking this low right here will be the idea that the resistance has been established. And at that point, this candle will be the one telling you that the fake out is valid. This candle is the one who's going to tell you that the fake out is valid. Until now, it's pullback. But if this candle break this low and close bearish below this area, that's your fake out.
News manipulation.
Kerwin, the 30 closed back below the London high, like back in the range pretty much, Doesn't that like give you that
no,
fake
it
out?
can happen. It can happen, whenever it breaks whenever it breaks the London high, the first attempt it will be like fake out, some pullback.
Yeah.
And the second attempt, if it breaks on NYSE, no brainer.
And that's the thing, bro. That's why I didn't take it, because that was the first attempt. I mean, in this case, it doesn't look like a big move, but it paid pretty good. But it was like 40 pips, right?
40 pips, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It's like market when Kerwin wants it moves, bro. Like
I hate to take the first attempt, man. I don't trust the first attempt.
Man. It's just market behavior, man. I have seen this so many times that for me it's really easy to see the things before they happen. There's no more than that.
Well, it's crazy,
I'm not
bro,
that smart.
You saw that.
Yeah, I'm not that smart.
I think that was pretty interesting that you saw that, bro.
Morning, Mansoor. How are you, brother?
Yeah, great. Thank you. How many?
Good, Mansoor. How are you doing?
Yeah, great. Just wake up.
Just woke up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, What's the time there?
7:32.
Good.
Let's say that candle doesn't break and it gives you a bullish close, right? News manipulation, whatever, move up, breaking this low in no time, something like this. Because if that candle close bullish and it's your support, the next candle doesn't have any business breaking that low. The problem here is the news. News can affect that specific move, heavily, and it's based on the area that we're trading, because we don't have any direction. But if this was a clean traffic to the upside, I will say, that 5-minute candle closing bullish will be your support. news may be breaking a little bit to the downside, giving you something like this. But it may, you know, anything can happen here.
Kerwin, if we break up and close above 1905, would you consider adding an entries?
Yes. Yes, and at that point, I will use all this area right here as my contention area for NYSE, like having a break above, then NYSE not having that push, NYSE can come back to this area and later on leaving that area right there. From the 4-hour candle closing, let's say a 4-hour candle that closed like this, a new 4-hour can give you that pullback. That pullback will be this area right here, up to this area, if the news doesn't mess with the price action currently, right? So at that point, a new 4-hour candle will try to do something like this. 9 a.m. from 9 to 10, something like this. If the 9 a.m. from the 9 and 10 close bullish above the previous hourly candle, the 10 a.m. candle will do something like this. No bottom wick at all. Not bottom wick.
Is there news now?
Oh.
Yes.
Well, just small news,
small
not
news,
even red
nothing
zone.
crazy.
It's nothing.
Oh.
No, nothing crazy.
Kevin, if
No
we
brain,
it forms support on 5 minutes and break the support, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, you can give it a try using the stop loss on top of this candle, basically. Yeah, give it a try. You know, it's
But need
basically
one
1 to
bullish
1, maybe
But
1
need
to
one
1.
bullish candle.
Let's say you get lucky enough that candle gives you, you know, a quick drop to this area right here. But based on the 4-hour candle, I don't want to counter trend that 4-hour candle. And the last 30 minutes for that 4-hour candle gave me a massive rejection from here. Man, it can be messy. I'd rather continue looking for buys at this point.
Delicate situation, huh?
Yeah, that's your support candle right here. This is your support. If that support is valid, which is, you know, it's pretty fishy because the body of the candle is pretty small, you can measure the high of the high of that candle right there, and using these candles as stop loss. If the candle does a retest, first you need a retest and then a break. You don't need break and then retest, because at that point it's just grabbing liquidity for the continuation on a 30-minute candle right there. See how the 30-minute candle closed in this area? It's consistent in, you know, it's a 50-50 candle. That candle is a 50-50. It doesn't have a consistent body that you want to trust for that continuation to the upside. But a new 30-minute candle can give you a pullback up to this area right here before the continuation.
You know, any guys here like new one who got that trade, call it a day, because it's very tricky.
Yeah, it's a risky trade.
Yes, it's important. It's really important.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, Kerwin.
Morning, Santi. How are you, man?
Look, I was saying, like, if you check on the 1 hour right now, is like that week, and then it's up. Like I have like on this range we are in the big range, like from 1911 to 1891. Like this hourly candle is leaving that big wick now. Like it's not closed yet.
Yeah.
And I see that it wants to close like below a zone that I have, like around 1901. So I'm just paying attention to that and wanted to share with you guys. To see what you guys.
Hey, so Kerwin, on the daily, like it's a beautiful clean traffic on the previous those. So when can we expect to fill that up?
Tomorrow.
Okay, and the
tomorrow,
daily needs to
today,
close
Wednesday,
above
tomorrow.
the body?
Yeah, tomorrow, for example, if this daily managed to close bullish today, or even like this for this candle right here, like a bearish daily candle, but with a long wick, tomorrow, the moment price is leaving this area, or next session is leaving that area overall, man, can be an easy one. Going to retest this candle right here, and since the liquidity is valid, you can tell by the bodies of these candles from previous data, it will happen exactly the same thing. Yeah, because price repeat itself, you know, in the market, you will have those specific candles. When the candles is closing like this, at the break of that candle, you have easy money, you know. Yeah, but let's see. For the simplicity of trading, in total honesty, I would love to see this bullish candle breaking this high over here and closing bullish above this area. And at that point, it will be just buy and close your eyes, no stop loss. You know, no stop loss. No, obviously you need to control your emotions, right? But you know, just go for it, man, because it can be really easy and simple. This zone right here, leaving this previous zone, it can be an easy one. Going back to
Kerwin, I know someone. Kerwin, I know someone who doesn't use a stop loss, bro.
Oh yeah.
And just adding positions to losing positions, you know.
Oh, that's no, man. That's not the case. That's the worst thing you can do as a trader. No.
Sultan knows him as well.
No.
Yeah, Kevin's friend.
Okay.
Maybe
This 5 minute.
easier.
Yeah, this 5 minute candle is about to close. All right. So if this candle closes on bullish and if it breaks this high, you won't believe, for example, that this candle in how many seconds it has? 30 seconds. That in 30 seconds can break that high. If it's breaking that high, it's giving you the confirmation that that support has been established. And a new 5 minute candle can easily go back, retest this area, and continue up. Let's see what happened here. It looks like the volume is dying right now after that beautiful push. Is dying. The size of the candles is quite small. This area right here.
And I think we are on the middle of the range, so we don't know what can happen.
Yeah. Okay, it closed bearish. So it's a 50-50 trade at that point. At that point, this can be considered as a bearish candle, but I don't want to consider bearish candle because it didn't break the previous candles right here. Now it's becoming a lot of risk. Yeah, that's becoming a lot of risk, I will say, because if this candle is retesting this area and breaking this low, man, it's a lot of risk involved.
Take a look on the 1 hour.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the move. That's the move that that's the move that I was missing. Fuck. It's okay.
I was watching like for 10 minutes straight now. The moment I closed terminal for a second, it moved, man.
I got in that move.
I knew it. I fucking knew it, man.
Wow.
There's no move yet. Like,
I mean, the best way not to miss a move is just to risk the lowest possible. Even a 0.01, 0.1 is at least you get something out of it, you know. My cousin made $12 off the same move that Kerwin just put a buy stop on, and he's more happy than I am, even though I made more money than him.
Yeah, the thing is, the last 15 minutes can still pay either way if it sells or buys, you know. And that's what I'm waiting for still.
Yep. Same.
Yeah, so I mean, it tapped 1900 like almost on the dot. So I mean, you see how it reacts to that.
Yeah.
Perfect scenario for buys would be this 5 now closing above the secondary structure at this point.
Yeah.
Not really secondary structure, but above the 1901 at least.
The only thing I'd say is after that news for an impulse down from that little support, again, it's just as risky.
It is a lot of risk, but I was about to switch to my screen to have that, you know, to have that entry right there. I was like, yeah, I will have, you know, this entry at the break of this area, man, and then the move happened in a matter of seconds, milliseconds.
To be honest, it wasn't risky at all, bro. In my opinion, like the only problem was that the bearish one respected the high and respected the low.
Yeah, like that candle right there. This candle is not giving you the confirmation that support has been, that resistance is, you know, this can be considered as a resistance, right? The moment this candle high gets retested and this low is broken, then you have an easy job going for that trade. But it is what it is.
Kerwin.
Yeah.
Still, it's not sell, you know. It's like just
still
retesting
not
the.
No. It's just that a quick move to this area was clever, you know, extra like 10 pips, whatever, extra 10 pips.
Yeah, I got it here. I got it here, like 13 pips. I closed everything.
Yeah.
Sales become valid when we retest and then go down again. Then it's a confirmed fake out at that point on the daily high.
Yeah. The
That's the
candle's
5 you
been-
want to see.
Yeah, so your 5 minutes going bullish now,
That
almost.
candle is
That's your
just
5
creating
right
that crazy range again. Like in this area right here. It's a good range, to be honest. It's a good
I think
range.
I'm sitting on my hands. I got one trade for.
Bro,
next
you
week.
said you will sit on your hands till NY16
Because
and you got that sell, bro.
it was cake setup, bro. See the
Yeah, I know, bro.
break.
It was an easy one, but
It's
it went
Kerwin's cake.
too fast.
The guys don't misunderstand like why Kerwin is saying another thing and we are doing another thing, because by the time he will teach you how to take this type of trades.
Yeah.
That was easy 20 pips, if you ask me. You know, the break off that level.
Yeah, I'm trying my best not to get confused.
Yeah, this is a ranging market right now. I mean, for people who aren't very experienced, don't beat yourself up. I mean, you got news going on today too. You got impulse moves down, impulse moves up. Like it's just it's a lot.
I think it's good.
Someone
I
new to the
think it's
market.
good for the 4 hours. Wait for the 4 hours to close, and this is more information again.
Yeah.
But if the 4 hours closing like this is fishy, bro. To be honest.
Yeah, because even on the 4 hour, you have that big
Way
wick
too
to the
fishy.
upside. I mean, I guess it's just an awkward market right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one thinking that.
You wanna see it because at this point it broke the high of the London 4 hour, right? But if the body doesn't close above the wick of London high, it's fishy for me.
Yeah, it's pretty risky still.
Guys, I've made a little bit of money on some buys and sells, so I'm gonna take care of my blood pressure and I'm gonna leave the market for now. You guys have a good one, right?
Take care, Travis. Good work, man.
See you later, guys.
Yeah.
Travis French. Travis French.
Travis is a nice guy, man. I don't know if he was in TLS, but I see him here
I
now.
tried TLS for like a month. It was nice. It was okay.
Yeah, because Kerwin was there, bro.
Yeah. I didn't really get that like hands-on experience with like a mentor. I feel that more here already. The place to sell stop on the body instead of the wick. If it had given us a smaller wick on the current candle, I probably would have went place to stop, a sell stop on the previous wick. But the steeper wick definitely gave me confidence on the sell stop on the body. So that's why. But yeah, it worked out. Yeah, I should have left the runner. Definitely.
Yeah. You have up to that area, up to the 90, basically, it's almost 30 pips to the downside. That's the key level that is coming. Yeah.
And the move just happened.
You missed it?
Yeah, I'm waiting on 30 closing. I want to execute a minute before NY16.
Yeah, in total honesty, the way that it's looking, it looks like it's gonna bleed. It will bleed tremendously. I mean, that kind of fake out and all these areas being retested again, the worst thing that can happen is a quick rejection from here. But other than that, it can be a massive move to the downside.
Thank you so much, Kerwin.
Oh, you're welcome, Jai. Take care.
Thank you, you too.
That's the NYSE.
Thank you so much to everybody.
Okay, what these candle have in common? Not top wick. If this candle for any reason is rejecting this level and creating a top wick in this area right here, that candle can easily retest completely to this area right here. Measure that previous 5-minute candle here, and that's basically the pullback, extensive pullback for that trade. This one right here. Other than that, can easily break that 90 area and give you a heavy move to the downside. So whoever is holding any position, whatever, have your stop loss accordingly to that entry that I told you before. This is
secured some.
Yeah, secure some.
Just in case, because NYC can pull back more easily.
Yeah, this is the second trade. So we may have, a better chance, on this trade going down. But secure some. Don't let everything on the table.
Yeah, I got stopped out on break even now.
Right there. The max
Nice.
pullback is right there. Yeah, if it's breaking the 50% is going for a reversal.
Nice, man.
This one right here. That's the area that you want to see rejections from.
Push.
Push.
You're in buys or what? Got my 3.5 today. I'm happy, man. It's nice.
I'm up as well. Really nice. So yeah, so see, this is the easiest way to spot a fake out coming at support, like the candle. This is the candle that is giving you the breakout of the area that I told you. Now price is going retesting that specific area, the 97 whatever, and the moment that candle is respecting the high and closing again in this area, this is the perfect fake out. And at that point, this candle is just confirming that fake out is valid. And now we have an easy job going, you know, to the next key level, which is this one right here, roughly there. So, but you don't need to be greedy at that point. And more sells coming up, breaking this low right here. Can be another one. And you don't need to be scared at that point. Keep going, baby. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, baby girl. On the dailies, look at the daily candle right there. 4 hour. Rejections. More the consider rejection that I will consider is basically this top of this bottom of this area right here, which is roughly the next key level. But it makes sense to drop a lot more. It makes sense, complete sense. I may be wrong, but it makes a lot of sense going to the 80s and tomorrow 70. That weekly candle, monthly, weekly, whatever you want to call it, is calling for these levels right here.
Quick fillers coming.
Something that we may consider later on as well. It's not later, but if it doesn't happen now with the 10 a.m. candle can give you that continuation, like having some sort of support in this area. If the drop doesn't happen, let's say in the next with this 5 minute and the next 5 minute doesn't give you that heavy drop, then we can have a support somewhere here, and then at the break of that support, the 10 a.m. candle will give you the continuation. Let me secure some just in case. Basically, what you don't want to see on the current 5 is a bullish candle breaking this high overall. All you need is a 5 minute candle. You know, it's quite heavy because the previous rejections are coming all the way from this area right here. So no, from this area, basically, this is why I don't want to hold that entire position, because having a nasty pullback to retest this area and maybe breaking above this area right here and wiping my all my profits, no, it's not fun. I know the price needs to respect the high of this candle right here, but as well I know that price needs to stay below this specific structure right here. This specific.
It's looking good, to be honest, that it breaks even now.
Yeah, I can give you at this point, if NYSE, the first 5 minutes of NYSE already did the retest and created that low, the moment NYSE is not respecting its own low, is going for more, 30 pips more. I won't be surprised if it goes for 50 or more, But we're trading at support. I know there's a lot of risk involved when you're trading at support. It's not the same as trading at the top of the resistance and holding those positions. But I mean, at this point, the daily candle did the retest. The 4-hour candle rejected really nice. Hourly candles are doing the job. So it's a must. It's a must. The same candle that we had in this area right here, if it's bullish somewhere here, let's say a candle doesn't break these highs, and the bullish candle closing here, a retest to the previous 5-minute candle high and the break below is going downtown. That can be, the next confirmation. Usually at support, when you have a 5-minute candle, at least closing as a support candle, the next candle needs to respect the high and break the low if the continuation is valid. If not, it can be a full reversal. Not a full reversal, but at least to the previous structure we have in this area, we have in this area overall. So it can be a hell of a pullback.
Hi, Kerwin.
Hi, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Kerwin, one more question. Actually, so with this 5-minute structure, if we see, so in initial minute, it breaks the low of the previous candles, and then it go for a retest on a level, right? On a key level. So my idea always, I prefer to enter at that key level when it retest, but I'm not having that much of confirmation, no bearish candle, because with 5 minutes you can go down with 1 minute, and I don't I go on just the key levels. I don't see the candle at that time, and so that my stops would be around 10 pips, 12 pips, and then I see that it will go down. Then it will give me good profits in terms of pips and all. So sometimes it stopped out me as well. So in terms of entry, if I go back again and if it breaks the low of that candle itself, then my stops would be above the key area. Suppose in that case 1893 here, and suppose I enter later on when this comes back to the bearish flip again, and then enter. So in that case, my stop loss would be very big, right? And then and I'm not comfortable with that piece. So what should I do? How can I overcome this situation?
Do you use magic keys?
No.
Okay, so you're using fixed lot. I'll say, since you don't have magic keys, if you're planning an entry here, even though you think there's 40 pips, whatever, right? I will say risk these 40 pips. Let's say you're using, how can I tell you this? Like you have $100 account. Let's say you have $100 account, and in this case right here, you will be using 40 pips in a stop loss, 45, maybe 50 pips in a stop loss, right? Sometimes, in total honesty, as your journey as a trader goes, and as you progress in as a trader, you don't need to be using stop losses, which is pretty tight. You need, a decent stop loss just in case market do a flash move. You don't want to end the day, in a bad position. But even if using a $100 account, using 50 pips in a stop loss, you're using basically 1-to-1 risk reward. Depending the session, depending in the area that you're trading, is worth it. Sometimes it's not worth it because price already moved so much, because price is behaving in a certain way that you don't like the way of trading at that specific time, and the trade may take, I'll say, sometimes hours, 4 hours before you get the full target. But in some cases, it's worth it to risk it for the biscuit. Why? Because at that point, you know that the higher time frame is playing a huge role. So price moves, let's say 20, 30 pips in your favor. You have the ability to close your entire position And at some point, you're not risking completely the 50 pips in a stop loss. Sometimes when price is moving like the way it is right now, the moment price is breaking that low, it's just moving. It doesn't have, if the continuation is there and price is breaking that area right there, price doesn't need to come back up to this area unless it's reversing completely, right? But depending on your account, I'll suggest you to invest in the Magic Keys, because it's you know, for gold especially, it's a must. That tool is a must to have. The way that you execute, the way you close 50%, 75% on those orders is so good that it's worth it as an investment tool for trading. I won't be trading gold if I didn't have Magic Keys. The only reason that I can manage my trades on gold is because of Magic Keys. See that drop right there? Price doesn't have that necessity to come back to this area when the retest is already done. You know, at that point, price is just moving. You don't need to be scared at all. See that move right there? It's really nice and easy. From this area to this area right here, we're talking like 30 pips already.
I secured 30 pips, full position.
Full position, 40 something pips. See, and it's really easy. You don't need to be scared of taking that position or securing any position in there, because it's really easy for you as a trader. This happened, I'll say, on a daily basis. Thing is, you need to have discipline. Like I said this morning, I missed this move. It happened so quick, and the rejection happened so badly that I didn't want to trust that it will have a wick fill. Price action is acting super weird in these areas right here. I'm like, no, man, it's not worth it for me as to consider that entry. I will wait. The next one is happening in this candle right here. What this candle saying? Yeah, rejection, still trading at the previous resistance area. And the last 5-minute candle before the 4-hour candle is closing is when the move is happening. It's a hell of a risk involved trading the last 5 minutes. Because the last 30, yes, the last 30 gives you a decent move. In the last 30 minutes, you can easily have a lot of fun going for a specific move. But when a last 5 minutes, anything can happen, like a small drop and rejection. And I don't want to ruin my day. Now, the trade that I took earlier on was this one right here. The trade that I took now is this one right here. Why? Because I have confidence that the trade will pay. It doesn't add any stress to my trading plan. It's just plain and simple continuation of the move. You know, this move right here at the break of that 4-hour candle from London was an easy move. Another like 30 something pips in this area right here was really nice and easy move toward this area right here. Right? It's easy. And the way that I trade gold is so easy that a kindergarten kid can learn from this. Because it's over and over again, the same thing over and over again. What do you have on this candle right here? What is the thing that I told you before? This candle right here, the high of this candle needs to be respected. I don't get scared just because of this plain and simple pullback. I know that across the board, I have this structure right here that needs to hold. These areas right here needs to hold as a continuation. I don't need to be scared, and it's just plain and simple continuation. You'll be surprised. You'll be, surprised if this trade goes for another 20 pips below or 30 pips below this area to the 80 in one single shot. And it's just bare plain and simple continuation. Yes, we're trading at support. You don't need to risk a lot when you're trading at support. It's not the same looking for a confirmation. Like if this candle is giving me that confirmation, let's say A40, A45, or a 40 or A40, let's say. So I know that the 15-minute candle will give me a plain and simple continuation right there. And then you will see that when price is moving a certain direction, the candle doesn't have top wicks. If it's going bearish, if it's going back for a pullback, yes, you have the key level right there. You have the 50% on this candle right here. Before anything else, before you consider buys, you need a candle engulfing this and 50% of that candle to close 50% of your position. If you don't want to risk it for the biscuit, then close 50% more. If you already secure some, close 50% more, because if it's breaking that 50%, is going the opposite way. But at that point, look at the daily candle here. It's a must to give you that continuation to this area right here. You don't need to be scared. right? And this is what you need to see on a daily basis. You don't need to be guessing in the market. You need confirmations. Why I didn't want to look for buys in this area? No, because the confirmations are coming from the higher time frames right here. At that point, the 4-hour candle is giving me rejection. I need to trust that rejection is valid, even though the price action lately this couple days has been shitty as confirmations on price action. But you know, it's a must. Give it that continuation right there. This is just plain and simple retest to the bottom of the range. The moment that candle is rejecting that level, is a must for me to look for that continuation of the move. You know,
so when you close the trade, I closed at $5.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, still it's like FOMO, Kevin.
I'm still holding these babies right here. Can you see it?
Yeah, still is FOMO, Kevin, to hold the runner. I closed at $5. Today I thought I will hold for $100.
In mini banks, when did you enter?
I entered the first go to 30-minute, Kevin.
That was an easy one, man.
Go to 30-minute candle. Okay, this 30-minute candle. This 30-minute candle first wicked up. Okay. Then at the last moment to the 15-minute close, it break the low here.
Yeah.
Stop loss here. No brainer.
Exactly. Same trade, bro. I had exactly the same one.
Amazing.
If you backtest NYC, guys, I mean, we did this a lot with Sultan in the sim sessions. It's the same thing over and over. It's not gonna pay every time, but let's say 10 times out of like 7 times out of 10, easy, you know.
Yeah.
That NYC setup is the easiest trade. I mean, that was the easiest trade of the day.
Every day.
Because you already have so much data, you know. You already have so much data.
That's the missing link in trading. You need a lot of data before considering a trade. You need a lot of data. Yes, a London session gives you amazing setups on a daily basis, but when you come to New York, you're not guessing anymore. In London, you are trading like with a, I would say like 50-50 setup, because sometimes London, you become lucky that London is retesting an SN session low or SN session high, gives you a fake out there, and then you can consider that. But in some cases, London is just ranging in the same range of SN session, so it's a 50-50 trade at that point. You know.
Here, guys, you know, simple thing before, you know, a trading gold. I know only normal thing, impulse entry. I'm trying to be honest, bro, because everything this is learned from Kerwin. Just you master one thing. I know Kerwin took here early sells, but because he didn't tell you guys, because he want you guys to master one thing, one setup.
Yeah.
This is
but these cells I didn't took those cells. These cells.
Here.
These cells with this
at 95, bro, you took it, I think, right?
Yeah, I have. Let me see. I have
because I saw your face, you know.
90. No,
I
my
can
entries.
feel it now.
No. Listen, my entries are 94.77. 9477. 94. 19. 94. No, 1894. Holy fuck. 1894.77. That's one. And the next one, where's another rate in here? Give me one rate. And the other one.
That 15-minute flip, you took that, bro, right?
It is somewhere here. It's 91.
5 minutes.
1891.79. 79 right there. Those are my entries. This entry, for the simple reason, this candle is doing what I wanted this candle to do, like a rejection. And the moment that candle is closing like that, I am entering in this candle low right there. The next one, this candle pushing to this area right here. So I decided to add another position the moment this candle right here. If you measure this candle, for example, this candle right there, it's roughly the 50% in this area right here. The moment that candle is giving me that rejection from that specific area that I've been hunting on, this remember what I told you about these specific rejections right there, and the high of this candle right here. That's for me is a must to take it. You know, it's roughly 30 pips in a stop loss, but I'm willing to risk it because obviously I have, you know, the understanding that the bigger picture will play to the next key level below the 1890 if I can hold to the previous to the daily correction. If the daily correction, this is another thing to hold that position. Why I didn't want to add another position here with the opening of the 5 minute that didn't have a top wick at that point, because I know from the daily low I only have, you know, like roughly 20 pips more to the downside as a possible break of the daily. So for me, taking a position when price already moves so much already, you know, taking position here at the opening of the 5 minute candle, going only for 20 more pips is a hell of a risk for me. You know, it's not worth it. So I was like, no, just enjoy the ride, secure some position.
Can you go to 4 hour, Kevin? And clean for once, can you